I've had this jacket for about 5 years, and I bought it to be my denim patch jacket, but unfortunately, I never really put anything on it. This is a vintage Guess jacket from the late 80s or early 90s that I bought in 2017, actually from Paul Cantu. Now for years I've had a couple pins on the collar. I've had this bicentennial pin and this Pulp Fiction one. I've also had this Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here pin on the pocket flap. But other than that, the only actual patch that's been on it is this bird on the shoulder that it's actually a matching set with this sweatshirt. It's also had this lone W embroidered on the back of it that I just never finished the rest of it. So I recently decided that this jacket has been blank for long enough, and I'm going to officially make it my patch jacket now. So my first step is figuring out how my sewing machine works. This is an old Singer machine. It works. I want to actually sew on this patch. Let's practice. Ooh, I cannot pull a straight line. This can't be right. Well, it's not pretty, and I somehow missed an entire side of this patch, but it's attached. I think I'm ready for the real thing. Eagle patch, courtesy of Henry Hablack. This is the design that made me find Henry's art in the first place. Not bad. I know I'm using black thread. I'm not rethreading this machine. You know, I could just do it this way, and then I know I won't mess it up. But is that cheating? I'm still using the sewing machine. I pulled a line. Oh no! Oh no! That's a joke. Ah! No! Ah! I sewed the jacket together. That's not bad. I could be happy with that. Hey. There it is, sewn on. Not beautiful work, but good enough. I'm gonna move on to the shoulders right above that patch to finish the little hand embroidery that I started. I quit because this took so long that I didn't want to do all of this. So I think I'm just gonna replicate the W on the T and then paint. Nice. The only thing to do is keep going. Finally. And for my next trick, I'm gonna shoddily patch up this hole that I think I just made today. And this jacket has had this little hole in it for a while, so I'm just gonna do the same thing to that. All better. The last thing I'm gonna do on this calendar day is paint the letters.
Dope. Looks like it was a lot of work.
Do you like the addition?
I don't even know. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I don't recognize it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know that's sad.
So we're on day 2. Another day of attempting to tame this beast. So today I just have a small collection of patches that I'm going to try to get on this jacket. I'll give you a little background on each one. So first and foremost, we have these mythological creature patches. We've got the Loch Ness Monster and the Jersey Devil, two creatures that I've seen in real life. You may think that's a joke, but it's no joke at all. Pine Barrens are nothing to mess with. And as a kid, I took a trip to Scotland with my family and visited Loch Ness. What do you think? You like it? All right, I think the right spot for them is right here on each side of the side seam. I'm gonna put the Jersey Devil in front. I'm actually mistaken, it's not a mythological creature, it's a cryptozoological creature. If you ever think somebody's job is easy, it's not. And if you think somebody's job is easy, chances are it's because they make it look easy, because they're so good at it. So what I'm doing here is probably very silly, but I'm just adding a bunch of extra stitching at the top corners, and I'm going to leave the top open so this can be a little extra pocket. Jersey Devil patch pocket attached. Now we're going to try to do the same thing with Nessie. So for instance, if I get a business card, perfect. I really like how those came out. I think the next patch is going to be this Led Zeppelin patch in the same spot on the other side of the jacket. They've been a big part of the inspiration for my sound. Been listening to them since I was a kid. They're one of my first favorite bands, and Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Experience was actually the first concert that I ever went to. I accidentally just sewed the care tag into the garment, so that's fun. Made in the USA though. I think these threads are actually navy blue, not black. You know, that's really not too bad. So I've got a couple more patches to attach. Scout Trooper on a speeder. Star Wars was one of my first favorite movies. Still a lot of nostalgia around there for me. And these are my favorite stormtroopers. So the next patch I think is going to be one of the coolest things to go on this jacket. It's a combination of two patches. The background is the dark side of the moon, and the top is a fragmented head that's in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I opened up my bag of patches one day and they were just stuck together like this, and I loved how the light beams shot out from his head, so I decided to keep it that way. And you know, I'll quote my grandmother on this since I'm using her sewing machine, who always used to say, there are no coincidences. So if that's true, then there's some meaning behind this. The final patch that I'm going to put on today is actually going to be this American flag on the sleeve that'll give you a little hint at what's to come for this jacket. The last couple things I have in store for this jacket today are some pins. Not bad for a couple days work, huh? So that's the jacket for now. I'm really happy with how these patches all turned out on it. I'm definitely planning to do more, but I think that's it for just this week. I'll give you a little hint. The world tour on the back is not just something random. That is an indication of what's to come. Thank you for tuning into my channel. I have a lot of cool stuff planned for this year, so stay tuned and I'll see you in the next one.